Hey, how you doing? This is Kitch, and you are watching me play Factorio. You guys are wanting to build stuff because I went back to base and grabbed just a couple of more items to fill some of this out. But I don't think I want them to do that, actually, in hindsight. I don't like the way these tracks are, and they look nice and neat. The problem is when you get train stations in here, it becomes a little bit different thing. Just for now, I mean, I guess, let's see, if we fed this from, long story short, I think I want to feed this from the bottom, at least. We have to pick a direction. It might as well be the bottom, and this isn't going to line up perfectly. But I think it can line up better if we just dedicate one track per opening. And what I'm feeling there is we don't need that many trains coming in, especially like going in the big giant sections. So I think just having room for a station on this side, and then room for a station over here on this side. Let's just go ahead and take this out. Copy this and bring this over to this side. Let's see, make sure that gets lined up. And I'm wondering if this will all match up nice. We're still going to have a one-tile offset, but there's very little we can do about that. So yeah, if we built our next one, actually we could build into that. There's no reason why we can't just go ahead and build the beacon one tile closer there. But it's kind of splitting hairs, kind of not. But this should make it where at least the roboports will reach across. Not that it's that important, but it kind of is. And we have a space for a train station coming in, and that can unload on one side, and we'll just see if that's fine. I have a feeling that it's going to be. Let's see. Let's grab all of this stuff over here just because I don't want it hanging out. And I want to start kind of getting more into the nitty-gritty of designing how these modules are going to look like. And we have a lot of best fit scenarios here with a lot of things that are going to be straightforward, and we have a lot of worst fit scenarios here. With things like refineries and chemical setups. I think I want to start with the worst fit first and get this fluid stuff, see if we can't find a layout here that will work. It's definitely going to be the oddest of balls. So yeah, if we can get one of these to work, everything else that's straightforward and nice and tileable should just fall into place. So let's go ahead, roll the intro, and we'll get to designing some fluid layouts. Need to do something about wood burning. We're starting to get a lot of it. All right, so in the comments it was mentioned that a couple of things I left out of here. One is the actual science labs that need to go out into the layout. And the other is the actual rocket silo itself. And that's a good point. There is a website, the Factorio cheat sheet, which has a lot of very handy things. Down here in the science section, there actually is a calculator for calculating the number of labs that we require. And if we're producing 192 per minute, which is the plan, and we have a lab speed bonus of 2,245%, which is basically what a fully beaconed lab comes out to be. We are going to need 8.19 labs to run, so 9-ish. It gets a little bit tricky depending on how you're doing this, because these technologies, if you're not aware, they have different research speeds. Most of them are in the 60s. But one thing that was throwing me off is this guy right here, the follower count. It's actually a 30-second one, and it's also unique in that it's the only one that uses all the sciences, I think, isn't it? Yeah, you don't require purple. You don't require military, and you don't require military. Yeah, and this is a 30-second timer, so it actually goes down a little bit. So if we make that modification here, If we were researching that to test our science per second, we would actually only need 5. I probably should have balanced it to this number instead, but you know, might as well set it for the average. We don't want this stuff to back up, and I'm just curious. At 187, we could get pure 8. But that's not, we could also probably mess with the beacon setup in order to change that number, but that would only make it go up, I believe. So anyway, that's something we need to put in here. And just for now, let's mark that with some assembling machines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that right? Yeah. And let's just set these to produce labs, because I don't have any labs in my pocket right now, and we're not mass producing those. But we need to, if we're going to auto-build this stuff. And refineries, too. Those are 2 items. So, yeah, we'll keep that in mind as well. All right, so back to fluids here. We need 3 refineries producing this stuff, and they're going to be producing those fluids. And then we're going to have... let's see, this is just there. We're going to have basically a light oil chain, a heavy oil chain, and a petroleum chain coming out of that. Let's start with this one, because it seems the easiest. All right, so in these setups that involve crackers, I'm not going to put like any tank controls or anything on that like I normally do. I'm just going to trust in the numbers and see if that works. But we're not going to like not worry about it. My idea here is to make crackers last in the chain, so that this guy's going to be the last guy, where we want to hit this one first and then this one second with our heavy oil line coming out. And also, and you know, I'm hoping that will make it to where it'll only crack the excess. Everybody's going to get a grab at it before we actually get into the cracking. That's at least the idea there. And I think there's another little interesting tidbit with this guy, in that if we look at our calculator here and we check the lubricant, which is at the top, I believe. Yes. I have it set up fully beaconed, and it says we need 0.069 machines. If we take it down to 0 beacons, we're still just with 1 machine. And just curiosity, if we take the productivity modules out, wow, that makes it even run even better. But that will require more oil, though. So right now we have 770, and if we take that out, boy, not by much, huh? That affects hardly anything at all. So yeah, I think we plan to leave those guys out. And as far as the heavy oil cracking, we are like right on the cusp there. So yeah, taking the beacons out of that, yeah, we're not gonna gain any machines like that. So we're gonna need a full beacon setup for that guy. But we don't need to worry about it for this guy. Any beacon coverage that he gets is just a bonus. So yeah, it seems silly to waste beacons, but then again, it seems silly to fully beacon something that doesn't need it just for the sake of consistency. But I still want to get you working last. So what if we put you like there and put you like somewhere over there, and then somehow ran this line to where it hit you first and then comes back, because it's the oil's going to end here. That's a terminal location. Okay, you need water and light oil. If we turned you around like that, you could get water from there. And then that could go on to feed other things. And what if we put you like down here somewhere? We'd have to get light oil out there. All right, what if we did heavy oil coming out here instead of the petroleum? And then that came over here and goes up. And across and in like that. And light oil came over here. And then that was its out. We could make that a little less squirrely. Okay, and then that would make petroleum on the inside. And it could go out like that way. And lubricant would come out here, and we could take that off wherever it needs to go. That way or that way. It doesn't matter. Or even up through that way. Okay, and water could continue on going that way. All right, that ain't pretty, but it works. So we have light oil coming out this way. We have water coming out this way, just for reference. Of where our pipes are. Petroleum's going out that way, but I think we'll want to go through like a light oil setup, and we'll want petroleum to come out of that light oil setup. All right, so here's all our light oil dependent items for our light oil chain. You guys need light oil, and you will be producing something, so you are going to need a requester chest, or a provider chest. You guys, same thing. You're going to need a requester and a provider chest. But I think we've found that, I think this will work with this setup up here, the rocket fuel. So we'll throw you out as an outlier. No, well, you still need to be in the chain, though, because our crackers are going to have to be after you, because these things take light oil now. Lame. Okay. Let's play with our numbers a little bit. We have... basically need 3 of those. So that means we could trim beacons out. We could get by with a 16 beacon setup for those. And for rocket fuel... yeah, we can't. I mean, we could get by with a 23, but that would just be a beacon with one end. That gets confusing, so we'll go ahead and leave that at pure 24. What was the other thing? Solid fuel. 4.1. Okay, you could get by with a 10 beacon setup and still produce at the right rate. So we'll probably want to feed you first. What does a 10 beacon setup look like? If we did 2... So that would be 12. Oh, we could just take out... oh, okay, so we could do something like... we could do something like this. Put you right... there. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope. Let's try that again. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that beacon wouldn't reach it, but this other side would get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. To take it over 1. And put 1 right there. But that could go ahead and line up, right? Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that. And that's not half bad. I can work with that. How many of those do we need? A weird amount. That's okay. Oh, nope, did not mean to do that. There, and something like that. You need that many. Actually, I guess we had you on the inside there. Might as well go ahead and keep that. All right, and we can run that around. You guys would be next in line, and I think we already determined that this setup would work for it. Let's do this a little bit differently. Let's get the modules first and then see how they fit together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that will go out there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Was that number right? I just want to double check these as we go. Yeah, 6.5. That's close enough to 7 for me. All right, so if we set that up, you could do it on the top or the bottom. I'm not sure that it matters. I'm feeling the bottom, though. Okay, and I'm actually going to pull this up. I almost feel like this would be better suited right there. And boy, it sure does look like it, doesn't it? All right, so what if you just fed light oil going that way, and we took it all out this way, and then ran like light oil coming up like that? And took it out going that way. Start there, go, come all the way around. And then we might be able to do some shenanigans here. Put one there. One here. And then we have an extra one as well as these. And these needed to be fully beaconed, right? We didn't have any cheats on that one. 0.946. No, wait. 2968. At a 16 beacon setup. All right, so that means... Ooh, if we did that right there, you guys could latch on to that water line. Oh, the only problem is you would need to be spaced. Let's see, we need to do one... Go ahead and tuck you in. Then we could space you at 1. And you would need to be offset by 2 so that the beacons line up for you okay. Actually, if we lined this one up, would that be hit by these over here? No, of course not. Why would you think that that would be a thing that is? All right, well... let's just put it down, and we'll try to be inspired later. And I think that's all of our water, at least for refining purposes. Oh, actually, you know what? We could probably continue that pattern on just fine and catch it when we place this, because we need one more of these. And then this would have extra 2 beacons, so it might even out, might not. That'll actually have to be one off there. If we fit that in right there, just thinking function, not looks. Those are crackers last. This connects up there. You go out, back around like that. Okay, and our petroleum line comes in right there. Let's account for it. I'm not sure. And as for you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so let's review. We've got light oil being made. It comes down here and then goes up and then goes across and hits all the rocket fuel, then hits the solid fuel and then comes around and hits the last solid fuel maker and then goes in here and gets cracked, and that's where it finishes. Water's a straight shot coming through here. Heavy oil all comes down to this pipe and then comes across, passes by lubricant, and then goes into cracking there, and then the chain repeats. Petroleum comes in over here where it meets up right here, and this is our main petroleum line going out and our main lubricant line going out. All right, and you guys all need these things. You're going to go out to a passive provider. I want to go ahead and limit that. Limit it, please. Thank you. Stack, a couple stacks. Let's just go with a couple stacks for now. We can always change it later. You'll need an out. You'll need an out. 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 All right, and you've got requester coming in. Let's go ahead and limit these chests as well. Rocket fuel, maybe like 3 stacks. That's actually going to need to be a requester. We need to check all these. Requester. 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 And I did it opposite. You're out, you're in, out, in, out. You look like you're facing a funny way. There we go. Probably needs a little bit of refinement, but you know, just start. Step one is to get something that looks like it'll work. No sense in premature optimization or solving problems that we do not have. All right, and let's see. Our next one is the petroleum chain, which leads into the sulfuric acid chain. You guys are on the sulfuric acid train as well, but we can feed that from anywhere. And you, over there, my friend, are hiding lubricant. We need to remember about you. So we're going to have to, wherever our lubricant comes from, well, down here, we're going to have to basically pipe that machine up to that machine. And it may be easier to go the other way. I don't know. We'll find out. What time are we at now? A little long. A little long, and my brain hurts a little bit. But that should be good. And we may have some tolerance with some of these numbers. Let's take a look at plastic. Yeah, we're getting like 0.54 machines there. We could go down to 14 beacons and not lose a machine. And as far as sulfuric acid goes, yeah, I mean, do you need any beacons at all? Yeah, you do. Okay. It's maybe like 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You need 2 speed beacons to work. That's going to work in our favor. And is it like the same for you as well? We could get by with 6 on you. Boy, that was a number I just picked off the top of my head. Okay, and batteries, I think we'll go back into like the main setup as well as the other things. I'm not going to worry about optimizing beacon stuff. It's just some of these oddballs that have to kind of stand beside each other in weird ways. That I want to account for those things. We have water coming this way. Seems like it'd be convenient to have at least sulfuric acid being made over there. Problem is we need petroleum too. All right, well, we'll think about that in the next episode. We got the light oil and the heavy oil. And I feel like that is the tricky part. So thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I will see you in the next episode where we get the rest of this figured out. All right. Thanks for watching. See you next time.